Hey guys, this is the Epic Gamer Boy here, and welcome back to another tech video. I'm so sorry if I haven't been uploading a video in like a week and a half. It's because I'm like really out of ideas at this moment. Plus, there has been other stuff going on YouTube as well. So here I am back again. So as you guys can see right now, it's December now. So wow, it has been a while. So since it's December, I'll try to post as much videos as I can, and I'll post a lot of stuff about Christmas. So yeah. So over here I have two iPods. This is the 5th gen because you can tell by this thing here, and this is an iPod Touch 7th gen. Oops, I opened the camera up. Please don't mind. Sorry, I meant to say, okay, I know the wallpaper on some of my devices are like frozen and stuff because I got obsessed with it, but at least not all my phones have frozen wallpaper because look, I mean, flowers look beautiful. So yeah, so this is just gonna be like a comparison. So yeah, so as you guys might have not know that like earlier this year before the summer, when like iOS 16 came out, Apple kind of stopped selling iPod Touches. So yeah, and I had this iPod Touch 7th gen for almost a year. Here, there we go. And the warranty on my iPod Touch 7th gen is about to expire soon. I'd make sure not to show my serial number. See, look. Yep, it's about to expire soon. So hopefully, so yeah. There are some plans I'm trying to do for 2023 as well. So yeah. I had this iPod Touch 7 for almost a year. The warranty on this is almost expiring. And look, compared to my 5th gen, you can see there's like no single scratch. Even on the back, there's not even a single ding. I totally forgot about the iPod Touch 5th gen, like scratch easily. But I got this one in used condition, and this one I got it from Christmas last year. So yeah, so first let's just compare the design on this phone. So yeah, I can see this thing has, you can see they both have the same size. The back looks kind of different. I think this one has like more megapixel. This one has like 5 megapixel, where the 4S with the A5 has the 8 megapixel. Yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, but this is actually the first iPod Touch to have a flashlight, which is pretty cool, which is actually pretty cool, because the 4th gen doesn't. And yeah. Oh yeah, this thing does have the raise to wake feature because this has the iPhone 7 chip in it, A10, and this has the A5 chip in it. So here it is. It's on. Oops, I did not mean to open the camera app. This thing has AirDrop, which is pretty cool because the iPhone 4S does not have AirDrop. AirDrop is for like the 2012 devices, except the iPad 3. So here it is. This one's on iOS 9.3.5. So yeah. I used to have an iPod Touch 5th gen. My first iPod Touch 5th gen I had was, I remember it was a light blue. It was blue, 16 gigabyte, and that one actually has a really bad battery. And that was like 1.5 years ago, like before summer of last year. But this one, the battery seems to be last. But this one actually has a really good battery, and this one's actually really good because it's 64 gigabyte, which is actually really awesome. I didn't realize that 64 gigabyte for the iPad 2, iPad like the iPad 2 and the iPod Touch 5th gen are like more common than 64 gigabyte on the 4S. Because look, I know that 64 gigabyte is rare on like the iPhone 4S, iPod Touch 4th gen, but wow. But when I search up iPod Touch 5th gen like Macari and stuff. I'm seeing like 64 gigabyte with like more options. So yeah, here's the iPod Touch 7. So as you guys can see, the iPod Touch 7 is still really fast because that's the iPhone 7 chip in it. Unfortunately, this did not get iOS 16, but I know this is only a 32 gigabyte, unfortunately, but it's still pretty special to me because, oh yeah, yeah, it's 32 gigabyte. But this iPod is still special to me because I got this on Christmas last year, like in brand new condition, and the warranty is gonna expire on this Christmas. So yeah, and I believe oh yeah, this is the only device I got for Chris that I got on Christmas last year. It's because well, I actually did got more devices or a lot of devices like last year December, but those are actually before Christmas Day. And yeah, those are actually before Christmas Day, but this one I got it. But this is the only device I really got on Christmas, so yeah. Oop. By the way, my old video, but my older videos on my YouTube channel are still up, so if you want to watch them, you can. You can. So, yeah. So I know that most people I know when smartphones got kind of popular, that the iPod lineup are starting to become slow. Like not really much people out there. I mean, like, look, I'm I'm like 16 years old now, and back when I was little, I've seen a lot of kids out there that actually use iPods a lot, but. But then when they move on to like a smartphone, like look, even nowadays, I mean, I know some of you guys still have like an iPod Touch 5th, 6th, or 7th gen as well, or even like old classic ones, or like the 4th gens and below. But not much people are carrying them outside of them. So yeah, because a smartphone now you can do like a smartphone now and like like smartphones nowadays you can actually do a lot of stuff with them. But this iPod is on iOS 15.7.1. I believe it's the beta. iOS 15.7.1 beta and and you can you can do a lot of stuff that an iPhone can do, except about which is pretty cool. It looks like a This thing looks like a mini iPad mini, like a really this thing looks like a really small iPad, but yeah. Here's the 5th gen. So since oh, by the way, this iPod Touch 5th gen is a 64 gigabyte. It's on iOS 9, but I can actually still download a lot of apps. So on iOS 15, I can pretty much download like a bunch of apps, except for like some of the Apple apps like GarageBand and iMovie. Those now says iOS 16 or later. But the weird thing about them is that if I okay, you know what? I'm just gonna search it up because I don't want to show my personal email. So here it is. See, look, it requires iOS 16 or later. And when I scroll down, it says requires iPhone. You see, iPhone and iPad make sense because there's a lot that got iOS 16. But for iPod Touch, it doesn't really make any sense because none of the iPods got iOS 16. So, yeah. This iPod can actually run a lot of stuff. So, games like Pokemon Go and Among Us, these games actually work on the iPod Touch 7th gen, which I don't really think it does on the 6th gen. I've never had a 6th gen before, but I kind of knew what it's like because that has the iPhone 6 chip in it, and this has the iPhone 7 chip in it. And unfortunately, Geometry Dash still crashes because of iOS 15. But hey, I can play Geometry Dash on here. So yeah. Oh, you can also watch YouTube and Disney Plus on here. on this and Disney Plus on here. You can also do that with the iPod Touch 6th Gen because I've tried it with my iOS my iOS 12 devices and it worked even with the last compatible version, but YouTube on this thing will just say like error loading tab to retry. Even the iOS 9 version of YouTube and Disney Plus unfortunately is not compatible, so yeah. So I think an iPod Touch 7 is still perfect as a kid's device who's not old enough to have a phone. But an iPod Touch 5th Gen with like Spotify, I guess, since to get since you might still have to buy music in like iTunes to get the music in here. You can actually use this as like a MP3 player. You can also downgrade this to iOS 8.4.1, I heard, which I know how to do it, but Panda Helper is just on revoke because Apple hates jailbreaking. Okay, so this video has been kind of going a long time. Oh wait, let me compare the cameras on both of these. You can see that this one has a more higher quality and yeah. So this is it for this video here. This is just a comparison, not like speed test or anything like I usually do. So yeah. Hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and bye. Bye.